Hello friends and welcome back to our channel San and Sam Vocabulary. So today's words have been taken up from the Indian Express of 11th March 2022 article Hospital Attack Draws Outrage as Talks Stall. So as usual we are going to give you an explanation of the words by a side-by-side explanation of this article as well. So let's begin. So the first word we see here is draws. Well, its original form is draw and its part of speech is a verb. But this word has been used in the context of people's reaction. So let's find out the meaning. The word is draw and its part of speech is a verb and its spellings are D-R-A-W. Its meaning is if you are saying that something is trying to draw out the reaction of people, they are forcefully trying to get the reaction of people according to a suitable situation which they are living in. The next word is outrage and its part of speech is a noun and its spellings are O-U-T-R-A-G-E. Its meaning is extreme anger and shock. The next word is stall and its part of speech is a verb and its spellings are S-T-A-L-L. Its meaning is pausing the talks for a short period of time, but they are likely to return back later and they are likely to begin back later. So this headline makes some sense now that the hospital attack is getting people's reaction that is nothing but just shock, horror, and the reaction is really bad. And it is also saying that the talks between the two sides are paused and you can say halted for some time, but they are willing to begin some time later. Let's get into this article. It says that a Russian airstrike on Mariupol hospital has killed 3 people, which is bringing condemnation down between the people and the government. The word we are seeing here is condemnation and its part of speech is a noun and its spellings are C-O-N-D-E-M-N-A-T-I-O-N. Its meaning is extreme disapproval and disappointment. This is making some meaning that there was a Russian airstrike on Mariupol hospital that has killed 3 people and it is bringing only disappointment and disapproval between all the residents and the government of Ukraine. Let's move forward. Emergency workers renewed efforts to get food and the medical supplies into the besieged cities and they're also trying to get the traumatized citizens out of those cities. Well, we are seeing 3 words here, renewed, besieged and traumatized, and we will get to them one by one. So the first word is renewed. Well, its original form is renew, but this word has been used in its past form in this article. The word is renew and its part of speech is an adjective. Its spellings are R-E-N-E-W. Its meaning is if you are saying that someone or something is renewed, they are coming back after a short period of time, or you can say a short terminal, but they are coming back with a lot of energy, enthusiasm and preparation than they were having before. The next word we see here is besiege. Its part of speech is an adjective and its spellings are B-E-S-I-E-G-E. Its meaning is if you are saying that a particular place or an area is besieged, it is just covered with armies and soldiers so that no one can get out of that area and no one can enter that particular area. The next word is traumatize and its part of speech is an adjective and its spellings are T-R-A-U-M-A-T-I-Z-E. It says that if you see someone traumatized, they are in utter shock and are in really bad mood. This paragraph is also making some sense now that all the emergency workers are coming back with extra hard work and efforts in order to get the food and the medical supplies delivered to all the citizens who are stuck out in the besieged cities, and they're also trying to get all the traumatized civilians and all the civilians who are in utter shock by the situation out of those cities. Let's move forward. The Ukrainian authorities are saying that a child was found dead in Wednesday's airstrike in the Mariupol hospital. 17 people were wounded, including women, doctors, and the children who were buried in the rubble of the hospital. The word we see here is rubble, and its part of speech is a noun. Its spellings are R-U-B-B-L-E. Its meaning is we all see that whenever a building collapses, we all see some debris which is scattered in an unorganized manner on the floor, like the cement, the bricks, the slabs and all. This is what you call as rubble. So they are trying to say that 17 people who were wounded, the women, the doctors and the children, were buried under this debris of this hospital. Let's move forward. The Ukrainian president Volodymyr Zelensky is trying to say that the Russian leaders that did this invasion and war, this all is going to backfire on them as their economy is already strangling. Well, we have two words here, backfire and strangling. Let's get them one by one. The first word we see here is backfire, and its part of speech is a verb. We see the spellings are BACKFIRE. If you are saying that someone is trying to backfire you, it means that their actions are trying to get a way back to them. I will try to explain this word to you by an example more vividly and clearly. For example, we all see that there is a war going on between Ukraine and Russia. We also know this fact that Russia was the first person who started this war and started to attack Ukraine. But now Zelensky is saying that this war and this invasion is going to find a way back to Russia. Means all these actions are going to find a way back to Russia because his economy is already strangling. The word here we are seeing is strangle, and its part of speech is a verb, and its spellings are STRANGLE. Its meaning is, if you are saying that someone or something is strangling, they are not developing at all and are not willing to succeed. Wow, this is also making some sense. That Zelensky is now saying that all these Russian leaders and the Russian president Vladimir Putin is going to find a way back to their actions, and all these actions are going to find a way to come back to them as the economy is already strangling and it is not developing anymore and is not succeeding. Well, according to me, this should be accurate because their economy is already, you can say, depleting day by day. And there are some reasons I would like to list you out. The first reason is that Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, is already investing a lot of money in this invasion and this war. He might invest some money in its military, its troops, the missiles, the aircraft and the planes, so that this war can get more horrific and more of a destruction could be caused. And the second reason is that many of the European cities and the western side has cut off the trade with Russia, and they're not willing to trade with Russia anymore. And third reason is that many of the countries and the authorities as well has imposed sanctions on Russia and has also, you can say, claimed a ban on trade with Russia. So there is obviously not going to be any export or import, which is going to result in only one thing, that there would be no money coming back to Russia. So we can say that their economy is already strangling. Let's move forward. Zelensky was saying that Putin would be punished for his war crimes, he said in a video addressing. And then this is also going to definitely happen, that his own citizens are going to hate him because he is deceiving them daily. And now this has been continuing for years now, because you never know how many years it has been since he has been deceiving his own citizens, his own residents, Zelensky says. So the word we see here is deceive. Its part of speech is a verb and its spellings are DECEIVE. Its meaning is, if you are deceiving someone, you are persuading them to believe that the false fact is the truth. So let's try to get its meaning straightforward. That Zelensky is saying that Putin would be punished for his acts and his war crimes, and this will definitely happen, that he would be hated by his Russian residents and its citizens because he has been deceiving them for years now. Let's move forward. There have been several rounds of talks between Russia and Ukraine, but none of them has found any way to stop this fight. There was also a meeting arranged in the Turkish restaurant, or you can say a Turkish resort, between Lavrov and his Ukrainian official Dmytro Kuleba. But still, this discussion failed to find any solution towards ending this war, or you can say the invasion. And many of you are wondering that who is Lavrov? Well, it is Sergei Lavrov, who is the Russian foreign minister, and he had a meeting with the Ukrainian official, who both were trying to find any solution or any attempt towards ending this invasion and war, but they failed. Let's move forward. In their highest level talks since this war began, the two sides have been discussing a lots of 24-hour ceasefires, but none of them has made progress until now, and all of them have been failing. Well, you can say the 3 ceasefires had been violated by the Russian troops because they decided not to maintain some peace in Ukraine, but to attack and bombard them with more of the missiles and the bombs. Russia is still sitting in the hope that Ukraine is going to surrender to him. Now it means that Russia is hoping that Ukraine is going to come to Putin and is going to say that Putin, we surrender. We are defeated and you won. He is saying. Lavrov also said that Russia was ready for more of the negotiations, but he is showing no signs of softening this war anytime soon. The last word is negotiation, and its part of speech is a noun, and its spellings are NEGOTIATION. Its meaning is a formal talks between two sides or two people which are having an aim towards going to an agreement. This means that Russia is still seeking that Ukraine is going to surrender to him, and he is also ready for more of the negotiations and the talks between Russia and Ukraine, but he is not getting any way of softening this war anytime soon. That's it for today. Thank you, and we will meet you tomorrow with a new article, its explanation and its words. Till then, goodbye.